Greetings, friends. This is Jim Orbe, and welcome to Pathways of Hope. This is Saturday of week 21 in Ordinary Time. The Gospel reading for today is taken from Matthew chapter 25, verses 14 to 30. This parable presents the story of those given talents, a well-known story told by Jesus. This is another parable of the kingdom of heaven. In this parable, a master entrusts varying amounts of money or talents to three of his servants before going on a journey. The first two servants invest and double their talents, while the third servant buries his talent out of fear. When the master returns, he rewards the first two servants for their diligence and condemns the third servant for his lack of initiative. The theme basically is about readiness for the coming of the Lord. And this requires both foresight and an investment of effort on the part of the disciples. Again, a clear distinction is made between faithful and foolish responses to Jesus during his absence. Like in the scenario in the parable where a rich man entrusts his wealth to servants while he goes off on a journey, what talents or resources has God entrusted to you? Do you account on your skills, abilities, opportunities, and resources? How are you utilizing them in your life? And similar in the parable, these talents or resources entrusted to us are to be invested for the good of others, especially the poor. Are you more driven by fear or by faith? The third servant's fear prevented him from taking action. Are there areas in your life where fear is holding you back from making the most of your talents and opportunities? How do you view success and responsibility? The first two servants saw their responsibility as an opportunity to create value. And how do you approach your responsibilities? Do you see them as opportunities for growth and impact? What is the significance of stewardship in your life? The master expected his servants to be good stewards of what was entrusted to them. How do you understand the concept of stewardship? How does it apply to your life? Whether in terms of time, talents, or treasure. So, friends, what does this parable teach us about accountability? The master held his servants accountable for their actions. How do you approach accountability in your life toward God, yourself, and others? How does this parable relate to the idea of risk-taking for growth? The first two servants took calculated risks to invest and grow their talents. Are there areas where you need to step out of your comfort zone to grow and develop? How about what are the implications of the master's response? The master's response to the servants differed based on their actions. How does this relate to the idea that our choices and efforts have consequences? In what ways can you cultivate a faithful and proactive mindset? The parable highlights the value of faith and proactivity. How can you cultivate these qualities in your daily life? And how can you avoid comparing yourself to others? The parable doesn't emphasize the amount of talents given, but rather the faithfulness in using them. How can you shift your focus from comparisons to faithful stewardship? So, friends, think about these things. And what steps can you take to ensure that you're investing in your spiritual growth? While the talents in the parable are monetary, they can symbolize various aspects of our lives. How are you investing in your spiritual growth and relationship with God? The parable of the talents encourages us to be proactive and responsible stewards of the gifts we've been given. It emphasizes the importance of taking action, stepping out of faith, and using our abilities for meaningful impact. I pray that the Lord will grant you the grace to open up and use the talents that God has given you for the greater glory of His kingdom. Amen.